Hello, welcome Slashers, and I'm Gripped here, and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, I'll be doing a review, but not just any review. I'll be reviewing My Virtual Escape, which is a series created by McJuggernuggets. Now the thing about this series is, unlike the Psycho series and The Devil Inside and all those, what I really liked about this series is it went for a more cinematic take, and the issue I had with some of the other series that McJuggernuggets would put out is they were more found footage, you know? They had a found footage feel to them, and nowadays I'm just kind of sick of that genre, so I'm kind of glad they went for a more cinematic take, because honestly I really enjoyed it and it kept me immersed. The thing with this series is you can watch 2 days early on Storyfire, then it drops on YouTube. The thing is, at first I was watching it on YouTube, you know, I was willing enough to wait the 2 days, and then I got more into it and I ended up watching on Storyfire and overall really enjoyed it. The story follows Isaac, who is a delinquent that lives with his father. He smokes weed, he gets an attitude with people, and can overall be an asshole. He soon gets a VR helmet that is just left on his porch. Now the thing about this VR helmet, it's like one of those VR helmets that you could just buy online or at a store somewhere. You could just flip your phone to it, you know, those really cheap ones. I have one, you know, I have it for reasons that I will not be discussing right now. But all jokes aside, when he puts this VR helmet, it takes him into this whole other world, and it kind of reminds me of Ready Player One, which is insane because I went to go see Ready Player One a couple months back, and that movie is fucking crazy, and that Chucky cameo was fucking perfect. Back on track, pretty much Isaac gets into playing this game, and the one who lives out all of the other players goes to this place called Haven, and they have one wish. And you see, the thing is, they're like, the name of this VR helmet is Eve. Everyone's virtual escape is what it stands for. And the thing is, at the end of the finale, there's something shown at the end that's pretty much saying that this is for someone who has lost a loved one. And apparently McJuggernuggets had a sister named Eve, which I actually had no idea about. But you know, I totally filmed there. You know, I lost my brother a couple years ago, so I totally get the message. At first it kind of seems like he lost his mother, but then it throws a curveball and it's actually his sister that he lost, which, if you haven't seen any of this series yet and you're planning on seeing it, then be expecting a lot of that, because this series often throws you off and kind of plays your expectations, which is what happened with me when I was watching this series. And if you haven't seen it yet, then you should go watch it. It's free, and I'll actually leave a link down in the description below if you want to see it, because I would recommend it. The series overall is really story driven, and you get a choice of what to vote on at the end of each episode. Like, they'll give you a choice on if you should do this or that, and it was really cool, and the most votes would become the canon outcome, which is pretty much the only outcome that you get, really. It's not like you choose one and then it shows you that path. Instead, you choose one and the most voted one is what happens, and I thought that was really cool for this series. Honestly, I feel like everyone in this series is well cast. I really like the people that were casted as the characters, and plus Juliet Riley, McJuggernuggets' girlfriend, is actually the one who did the songs that would play in episodes, and it was great. It was really amazing, and I thought it was really nice that this series got its own soundtrack, because music is really important in cinema, and I really digged the music in this. And as for Isaac, at first, I kind of was irritated with him, but later on in the series, he kind of becomes a likable character, and that's really saying something. And actually, Isaac is from the Devil Inside, I believe. He is like the alter ego that Jesse was playing as for a while, which is really weird. He like dyed his hair black and everything for it, and yeah, it's very interesting though. But when seeing him in this series, I really enjoy his character. And another character that I really enjoyed this series, this is like one of my favorite characters. It's Malachi. It's actually like a kid that's like in a wheelchair within the simulation. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling too much, but if you haven't seen the series, you should really go watch it. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much, but yeah, pretty much he's like in a wheelchair. That's all I'm really gonna say though. He's actually in a wheelchair, and he's actually a YouTuber by the name of J-Game, and I think I really like this character. Right next to Isaac, I've got to say he's my most favorite character. And then there's that guy, I can't think of his name, but he has like this whole like operation, this crime operation in this VR world. It's just really cool. Something that does bother me about this series though is Isaac, I believe at the beginning of the series and in different parts of the series, he mentions having a YouTube channel, and this isn't really further explored, and it just kind of bothered me because he brought up a few times and just never really got deeper into it. So that really bothered me, to be honest, but it wasn't too much of a bother. I just didn't like that much. Overall, this is a great series, and to Jesse, you should totally make another series like this. The thing that really took me out of the other series was the fact that it was too much like found footage. This isn't, and it really allowed me to get further into it because it's, for me at least, I felt that they could do a lot more with the story, and I just really enjoyed it overall. Jesse for me is one of my inspirations on why I want to make my own series. For example, there's Rooming with Chucky that I need to finish writing and start filming, and then there's a few other series that I want to do further on in the future. But nonetheless, he is one of my inspirations. This series was great, and in my opinion, this series deserves an 8 out of 10 with a 9 seal of approval. This series is free to watch. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to go watch it if you have time, because it's good, and plus it's free, I really enjoyed all of it. There's a few things that bothered me, but that's really about it. And if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, join the Scissor Pods family, and become a slasher, and share, as sharing really helps the channel, especially share this video. I'm totally looking forward to what other series Jesse puts out. I hope that they're kind of like this, more cinematic, and they give you a choice, like they give you an option to vote for an outcome, because I thought that was a really cool feature in this series, and I would totally like to see more of that. I'm out of here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.
So good, she's like you needed me, my friend Brittany. I keep my identity low. You can call me Dreadface, but you better stay away from me, bro. Joshua Killer Bates, psychopath, it'll fucking stab you in the eye. Next thing you know, he'll leave you to rotten down. That guy such a kill you, disrespect my family, man.